the first hip hop record I remember hearing was Jesus Walks by Kanye. I had this little portable radio, and my parents, at first, when I started showing an interest in hip hop, they kind of pushed back a little bit, so I had to hide it, and I just flipped through the stations until I heard something that caught my ear, and that's when I heard Jesus Walks, and that opening, like, boom, boom. But when I heard that, it was like, oh damn, all right, this is crazy. I've never heard anything like this before. So yeah, Jesus Walks by Kanye. Some of my biggest musical influences, Sade, for sure. The emotion that comes through in her music in its simplicity, not knocking the underlying like complexity. It's very, the complexity and the simplicity of her music really meet in the middle, which is great. It carries you. And I think that's what's so beautiful about the music that she makes, is it's so layered and it's so easy to pick apart the layers that you can kind of feel where you fit in the record. You know, you can kind of just find your little niche, find your little pocket in Baby Father or Lover's Rock or All About Our Love. Find that little space where you can just chill out for a little bit. You know, it takes you somewhere else. In the same vein, the Beatles definitely, you know, they have all the classic records, but then just as a whole, their compositions and the way that they structured albums was so progressive and was so different. It told that story, you know, sonically, lyrically, conceptually, it all came together into a long string. With that, in the same vein as that, Kendrick Lamar, definitely, musically, lyrically, his projects tell a story. They're very cohesive. Tame Impala, same reason. All different sounds of music. I mean, Tame Impala and the Beatles kind of meet in that psychedelic era a little bit. Jimi Hendrix, definitely. That brother was crazy with the guitar, but just the vision that he had for his music was so, I don't know, it's just something about, you know, the way that he plays music is so captivating to me. I really like Jimi Hendrix for his musical intricacy, for the spontaneity of the way that he played the guitar, but with the obvious practice and with the obvious skill. You know, he's a very skilled craftsman to the point where he can just do it. And that, I think, is a very, very, very something that, as a musician myself, I strive for that. So it's a very motivating thing to see in one of your idols, you dig? And then the last one, I think I'm at 5 now, is, I just had it, Black Eyed Peas. I gotta say the Black Eyed Peas, just because growing up, I listened to them a lot. They were really influential as far as me as a person, just being a kid and listening to this type of music, being different, not fitting in anywhere really, but fitting in everywhere. It's kind of the same thing with the Black Eyed Peas. You know, they don't fit in anywhere, but they fit in the good Black Eyed Peas, not the end Black Eyed Peas. Ella Funk, Bridging the Gap, Monkey Business Black Eyed Peas. They really could transcend genre in a way that was very fluid. And I always found that super interesting and super entertaining as a consumer, as a fan of their music. I always liked that a lot.
So creating 1111 was one of my most spiritual moments when it comes to creating music, because of what it meant to me at the time, as well as what it meant to me moving forward even.
A drunk driver had hit a pole on the north. He was going northbound and we were coming southbound, which was a huge electrical breaker that knocked down 4 other poles and took them out of the ground and had flipped over our vehicle. So we got smashed up in a Prius. But we realized that we can do everything ourselves. We don't, sometimes you don't need a big label backing you up. So it's good to start off on your own and to learn through trial and error and stuff like that.
And literally only 10 people had access to the green room, and they're all like sitting there, like all the people who have the code to the green room. So I'm just sitting there eyeing everyone like, all right, which one of you stole my computer?